Good Monday morning. Again, this is Dr. Kuranja inviting you for Breakfast with the President, and I'm just here to continue with the topic about renewal. One of my favorite preachers is Dr. Jeremiah from San Diego. He was just preaching the other day, and he said he was sick for almost a month, and he was in the hospital. And at that time, he never knew that ever he would walk again. But he kept on talking to his heart and renewing every day, saying, God, I have seen all these things. You promised me this, and I know it can happen. And in the process, he was able to recover. And one time they put him back in the pulpit to preach. And you know what? He did not even know how he is going to climb up to go and preach. But he walked with a walker. But when he reached out there, he was confident that God is going to give him the strength to stand on that pulpit and stand up from the walker and preach. So I don't know where you're going through. I don't know whether you're walking with a walker. I don't know the depression time that you go through. He's promising you here, like he's promising in the book of Isaiah, that if you trust in him, if you trust in yourself and you're talking rather than listening to your heart, you're going to make it. So there's a writer also who wrote the book called The Power of Positive Thinking. And one of the things he said is that every day he leaves his office, he'll walk out and look at the things that he did not accomplish, tear those papers down, and put them in the trash. And he said, that's gone for the day, and I'm going to wait for another day tomorrow. So he says, I never carried anything to my house. Therefore, he will come in the morning and say, okay, there's another day. I'm going to start afresh. I'm strong, and I know this is going to be a better day because God promised me. And the same thing you as a student, the same thing you as a staff. Let's try to throw away the things that did not go well the whole day. Throw it in the trash and just walk out here fresh. I know sometimes it's not easy to do that. But the more you talk to your heart and tell your heart, it's going to be all right. And talk louder rather than listening and just sit here depressed. I promise you it's going to be all right. There are so many things that I can tell you today. Like number one, you can read and study scripture. And you memorize some of the things that you know they're going to help you. You can also pray, because Paul reminds us everything that we do, I take it to the Lord in prayer. We can also think about your thought. Think about your thoughts. I know it becomes difficult to say that, but thinking about your thought is to start saying, what am I thinking? How did I get here? Why am I so depressed or something that is unrealistic? Especially nowadays, we look at TV, we read on social media, and somebody that is almost 5,000 miles from where you are, he's the one guiding you. Some of those things you will laugh at yourself when you start thinking about it. Then act quickly when you realize that you're in the wrong path, and you just start working on that. And I tell you, next week we're going to look at another 3 or 4 things that can help us to start renewing what we're going through, renewing our heart, renewing our thought by talking to ourselves. Let's meet again on Monday, and let's talk about renewing our thoughts. Thank you. Love you all.